We've got a full house. Madison Reedy has joined us for the business news. So this story that Susanna's just been telling us about, government won't let Spark use, now how do I say it? Is it Huawei? Huawei, yeah. So they're not allowed to use them to build their 5G network. Why not?
Well, the Director General, as Susanna just mentioned there, that the spy agency, the GCSB of the government, has basically said, we won't let you use Huawei 5G equipment in your rollout of the 5G network because of raising significant national security risks. Now, as it was mentioned in the news there as well, this follows Australia, the United States and the UK. And the United States actually tried to lobby its allies as well to have them ban it. So now New Zealand has obviously followed in those footsteps, and that's because it's believed to have political ties to the Chinese government, and also because they think that it could spy on networks and get government information from those networks. So
did they elaborate in any detail as to what they thought those security risks were?
The GCSB?
Yeah.
No, not at all. They won't speak to us, and neither will Spark. And we have also asked for a copy of that decision from the GCSB, and we haven't received that either. Spark has said that they are reviewing that decision that we haven't seen, and they're still deciding on whether or not to take further action, whether or not they can even take further action. They've said that they are obviously disappointed, but that it won't affect their July 2020 launch of 5G. Now, the managing director of Spark, Simon Muta, has been notoriously saying that Spark is going to be the first telecommunications company in New Zealand to roll out 5G ahead of the likes of 2 Degree and Vodafone as well. And at their annual general meeting at the start of this month, Simon Muta made a pretty scathing statement. He didn't back down from the government in regards to Huawei. He said this, he said, "We've found Huawei to be a very good mobile provider for Spark. They're a world leader in mobile technology. They're very responsive to our requirements and have provided good commercial value. Based on their track record with us, we see no reason why Huawei should not be among the vendors we consider, and we would hope that our government would not preclude them from being considered without incontrovertible evidence that their technology presents security risks, that the comprehensive security management tools we employ in our networks cannot mitigate." So you could assume that Spark is taking this pretty personally.
Yeah, it's interesting with all the jockeying between America and China and now this, obviously.
And also it's probably worth mentioning as well that there could be wider economic implications here. We do have a free trade agreement with China, and actually in trade figures that came out just yesterday, it said that China is now our largest trading partner. So 20% of New Zealand's total imports and exports, all of our trade is between us and China.
No reaction yet from offshore then?
Not that I've seen, no.
Right, okay, that's one to watch out for. And you've got an update for us on the broker Halifax. What's the latest?
So Halifax, New Zealand went into administration this afternoon, voluntary administration, I'm told. So Ferrier Hodgson, an Australian firm, has been appointed as the administrators of it. All of the investor accounts based in New Zealand have been frozen. I've been told by the lead administrator that that's expected to be about 4,000 of them, but he does not know how much money is within them and how much money was traded by New Zealand investors through Halifax, New Zealand. And also its administration today is not really any surprise, given that its Australian parent called called Halifax Investment Services, that's already in administration. That went into administration last Friday, so that obviously cast questions over investor accounts here, and we had reports of investors based here already having their accounts frozen anyway.
Hey, what happened on the markets?
The NZX Top 50 Index closed up tonight, nearly 0.5%, so that's 40 points to close at 8,714 points, and Spark's share price closed steady on that news, so it's still trading at $4.12. But the New Zealand dollar is buying at 67.9 US cents, 93.9 to the Australian, and 53.3 British pence.
Great, thank you. That's Madison Reedy with our business news.